Welcome everyone. Today is March the 30th, 2024. I just woke up. It's very early and I'm so excited. I want to share with you a gift I received in the mail yesterday and how it can also save you some money. I'm out here in my little work room and this is a beautiful sight. May not look like it, but we have had nonstop rain the last few days and it has been melting a lot of this snow. I know it may not look beautiful, but I will happily look at brown snow if it means it's melting and turning into mud. So hopefully I will be able to get out there and start building my raised beds and get ready for this growing season. But until then, while I'm here, I'll just give a quick update on the video I made a little while ago showing the bare root flower plants that I got at the store to show people what they look like inside and how I plant them. And I am extremely pleased with how they turned out. So these I've only had for maybe like 3 weeks that are in buckets planted. And I think they're doing amazing. So these are peonies. I bought at Canadian Tire, a 2-pack for $10. And I think they're doing very well. If you can see this one, the lighting isn't very good. It's a very gloomy day. The sky is pure white. So I think they're beautiful and I very highly recommend them. They're doing well. And now I'm going to show you what I received in the mail. So the Rainbow Seed Heirloom seed company that I've used for several years is great. Highly recommend it. I've had amazing germination rates and they're just a great company. Excellent customer service, good people, and they're always very generous with their seeds, and that I love. So who doesn't like extra seeds? So when you purchase from them, this is something that I've always got. This is a little note that is giving you some information. It has some links for growing information and also with a planting calendar, and I think this is really nice to add. So I like companies that actually care about their people and just add those little things to help you. So great for that. And I have noticed that a lot of seed companies are getting very skimpy on their seeds and you get a pack, but what you get in the pack is not what it used to be. And so I'm very happy when I see companies that are very generous with their seeds. And so I will show you the first seeds that I got. So they sent me seeds to help me get started on my gardens this year so that I can share them with all of you on what I'm doing, how I'm starting my seeds and how they're growing and how I'm planting them, where I'm planting them, why I plant certain plants next to other plants, and take you along my journey. So thank you, Rainbow Seeds, for helping. I greatly appreciate the help to get started on my garden so that I can pass on my information and help all of you. These are the first seeds that they sent me, and I just happened to learn something the other day on a video I watched that I found interesting. So these peas here, when you get peas, I know I have seen a lot of peas that look very smooth and fresh, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you'll get the peas that look old and shriveled, and you think, oh my gosh, they're old and shriveled. You know, they're probably not that great. Well, when I was watching Deep Salt Homestead, one of the shows I do like to watch, and I've learned a lot, Danny was talking about the difference between the fresh looking smooth peas and the ones that look old and shriveled up, and why the better peas to plant first are the ones that look old and shriveled up, that most people would think are old, and you tend to want to use the nice looking ones that look fresh. So I did find it very interesting on his explanation on why the ones that look old and shriveled up are the better ones to plant first. So if you are interested in learning about what he has to share when it comes to peas, you can head on over there and check out their videos, and he does have some good explanation, good information. So peas are one thing that they sent me, and the next one they sent me are the Blue Lake pole beans. And if you notice, these are a lot of beans to get in your packages. These are a lot of peas. So I am extremely happy with how generous they are in their seeds. And the prices are very, very reasonable. So those are 2 that I got. This company, they sell vegetable seeds, they also sell grain seeds, and they sell flowers. Who doesn't love flowers? And we need them as well for pollinators. Plus, it makes everything look pretty and beautiful. So, the next ones I got are the Armenian cucumber seeds. I'm excited for these ones because I'm going to experiment with some trellising and arches to see how well they do, and also fermenting my cucumbers. I really debated on cucumbers if I should just have maybe 2 plants because they are prolific, the ones that I grow, and what you can't can them, you can't really freeze them. You could, but they wouldn't really taste good. So what do? How do you preserve cucumbers? So I've learned fermenting cucumbers is a great way to preserve them, and they taste the same and they stay fresh. So you end up with fresh tasting cucumbers, great crunchy texture, but you don't have to pick them and then eat them right away. So I'm going to experiment with fermenting cucumbers to see how long they can stay fresh after I pick them. So that is an excellent way to preserve your cucumbers so that you're not stuck with picking cucumbers and they have to get eaten before they go bad because you can't preserve them other than making pickles. So stay tuned, stick with me, and I will be showing you how I ferment my cucumbers. I will probably do my cucumber fermenting with the pickling cucumbers, but these cucumbers will be the ones I use throughout the summer for eating fresh in salads and things like that. So my little pickling cucumbers, I am going to ferment them whole, and these ones I'm actually going to experiment with the Armenian cucumbers, cutting them up and fermenting them, cut up maybe into spears or something. And another reason why I want to get into fermenting my cucumbers is because I may not want to can several loads of pickles all at once in one day. So if you're fermenting your pickles, it actually does help keep them crunchier when you pickle them, but you're also just keeping them fresh until you're ready to use them. So excited to try these. Next we have borage, and these seeds come with quite a bit in the package. It's not just like 5 or 10, there's quite a bit of seeds in here. So very excited. One of my favorite things to plant are flowers that smell good, and that's why I got peonies at Canadian Tire. But I was so excited to get these. These are Royal Family sweet peas. Oh my goodness, sweet peas smell so good. I love the smell of sweet peas. So I will be planting every single one of these seeds. And then we have Autumn Beauty. I do want to point out that for Christmas, I like to send out Christmas cards with seeds in them. It's just, why not? Christmas cards are nice, but it's even better when you get something extra in them. And I just like to share seeds. Who doesn't love seeds? And this company was extremely generous this year and helped me out. They donated 7 packs of these seeds to me to add to my Christmas cards along with some other seeds. So I will say that some of you may have received some of my Christmas cards because I like to send Christmas cards to the YouTube channels that I like to watch. And I also added different seeds too. Some of you may have gotten carrots. Some of you, because I'm in Canada, you're not supposed to send seeds to the US. So I try to find seeds that are flat and light, but also something fun to grow. So some of you may have gotten carrots, some of you may have gotten these, some of you may have gotten both. So I will say that, yes, those were from me, even though I did not use my YouTube channel name. So just fun fact, I did send some of these out in my Christmas cards, and they do make excellent gifts. So just a little thought of something you can add if you're sending out birthday cards or Christmas cards. You can add something fun. this I was excited for because the company has changed their packaging and I finally got to see it. So this is the new envelopes that they are using. I love it. Lots of color, pretty cool. And the prices are still extremely reasonable because on the back of the new packaging, they have growing instructions and they tell you how many seeds are in the pack. 50 and up. So there is at least 50 tomato seeds in this package. I think that's great, especially since there are so many companies cutting down on their seeds. And there are a lot of people who've done videos showing them opening the seed packs they get at Walmart and other places. And the amount of seeds in those packages are so much less than what they used to be. And I've even seen people buying tomatoes with only 10 seeds in them and they want $2. And that's US prices. So I am very excited to see that they have not gone skimpy on their seeds. And this is a great thing to consider when you are picking out your seeds. How many seeds are you getting in that pack? And they do offer a great amount of seeds. So excited to grow these Siberian tomatoes. I actually did grow these 2 years ago in my partially finished greenhouse. It's very difficult to grow tomatoes up here because we have winter and it's long and we only have maybe three, possibly four, depending on the weather, like months that are kind of warm enough, but it's just one of those things. Most people last year never got tomatoes. They just didn't really grow, and the ones that did were just green. So I am going to be making a covered raised bed type greenhouse to grow these in, all my tomatoes, to experiment to see if there is a cheap and easy way to add to your raised bed so that you can ensure you are going to get some tomatoes. And it's just a matter of getting the heat, and you do want to have some sun. So I'm going to try and grow these this year, and I'm going to share that with you. But I do remember when I was able to get these to grow in a 5-gallon bucket, they were very prolific. I got a lot and they're very hardy, and they're not a large tomato, but they're not a small like cherry tomatoes. So I call them a salad tomato. They are just like a small size tomato, but not a mini. I call cherry tomatoes mini tomatoes. So these are like a small tomato. And they're excellent for small spaces as well. If you have an apartment or just a balcony or a porch or something and you're just doing 5-gallon buckets, these are great to grow. They're not super jumbo. And the smaller they are, the quicker they are to ripen. So sometimes the smaller tomatoes are better in certain areas because you're going to get to at least get some tomatoes before the amount of time it takes for the great big large ones to get ripe. And lastly, these fun tomatoes. We have yellow Brandywine tomatoes. I have personally never grown non-white tomatoes, so this is going to be interesting. And one of the reasons I wasn't interested in growing yellow ones is because they're known to be low acid. And if you're canning and you're going to water bath can your tomato products, then you have to add acidity to it. I'm not into that. And so I've also noticed that when I pressure can, I get a much better seal on my jars. When I pop those jars open, I get a very loud pop and there's some very strong suction compared to the water bathing. So starting this year, I am actually not going to be water bathing. I am going to be pressure canning everything. So now that I'm going to be pressure canning everything, just for the simple reason I get a better seal, I'm not going to be worried about low acid. And so I think it's going to be a good experiment to grow these yellow tomatoes and see what kind of flavor they have and how well they do in this climate and environment and just their taste. So when I'm canning my tomatoes or making sauces, I'm going to be able to easily use these because I'm going to be pressure canning it all. And I don't have to add acid or anything like that. So that's just a good thing to remember if you are new to canning or you just can't be bothered with adding acids to your food and putting lemon juice in your tomato sauce, it is an option. You can just pressure can it. So you can grow your low acid tomatoes and you can pressure can them. So I will be doing that this year. And yes, I made sure I got the best pressure canner I could find, and I can get 2 rows in my pressure canner, and that saves up a ton of time. Highly recommend large pressure canners. It saves so much time, it makes life so much easier, and you can can so much more in a small amount of time. So stick with me. I will be showing you all my canning videos, and I will be doing my canning from basics, because there was a time a few years ago I didn't know anything about canning. So I will do videos with the absolute basics, and then I'll get into the crazy stuff that they tell you not to do, like canning butter, canning milk. There's actually no reason for that, or not to do that. So yes, okay. You're not supposed to can it. It's not a recommended thing to do, and you need to remember it's at your own risk and all that YouTube stuff that you have to say. So can at your own risk, and don't do or believe anything I say unless you've done your research. This is just me sharing what I do and for educational purposes only. But yes, I do can butter. I can milk. I can stuff they tell you you're not supposed to, but if you know the reasons why and you understand canning, you can do that. There are things, no, you do not can, and there's good reasons for that, like pumpkin puree. But you can can pumpkin chunks and then puree it later. So stick with me, and I will be showing you how I can all of this stuff that I will be growing this year. And hopefully it will help you and give you some ideas. But for now, this is what I received from Rainbow Seeds, and I thank you so much. I am so grateful, and I can't wait to get these started and planted and show you how well they grow and all my beautiful pictures and videos. And oh my goodness, flowers. I love flowers. They're so nice. So I will be taking you along with me as I grow my flowers and all of my seeds. I hope everyone has the most amazing summer, and you have the most amount of crops coming out of your gardens and the biggest and most delicious things. I wish everyone an amazing summer, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And again, thank you so much to Rainbow Seeds. And here's another little look at my beautiful flowers. So happy to see them grow. So very, very, very early in the morning here, but it's a nice thing to see all of this snow being washed away into mud. And Mr. Cozy Snuggles, there he is, my sweet little helper. There he is. What a cutie. So I will see you on my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my next videos. Happy Easter. What do you want? You want this one? Which do you want? You showing people your munchkin legs? I think he's part munchkin because he only has mini legs. His arms and legs are just minis. It's so sweet. He's only half as tall as a cat should be. Oh, I love him.